Hello everyone, my name is CantDoGames and welcome back to the channel and welcome to weird, entertaining, insanely rare, dramatic news. That is weird news if you didn't know what that meant. Don't ask, I had a weird idea. A strange idea, not I keep saying weird loads. Weird. Anyways, on today's weird news, every blue-eyed person on Earth is a descendant of one single person. Scientists find. So basically, everyone who has blue eyes are like frogs, because frogs can change sex. So if it's done by one single person, it must be. Doesn't fucking know. And also, you might remember this guy from the old days of viral videos on YouTube. Star Wars kids suffered years of harassment after viral video and doesn't even like Star Wars. Yeah, the guy who did the Star Wars video back in the day doesn't even like Star Wars. That's a big shocker. Anyways, that's all come today in today's weird news. I hope you stick around and I hope you enjoy. Let's do this. Every blue-eyed person on Earth is a descendant of one single person, scientists find. So, when I read that, I literally thought to myself, well, what about like people like me, or people with like two colour eyes and all that? Like, what happened then? Did like the person who had first ever brown eyes or something, or hazel eyes like me, just went, fuck it, I'm going to experiment with someone else? Like, what? Is like blue-eyed people like supposed to be like the first ever man before the other guy's coming? Oh, fucking hell, that could start a whole new racial debate, couldn't it? Fucking hell. Oh, that person has brown eyes, he isn't one of us. Like, that's really stupid, that would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, could happen though, that's the worrying thing about it. Anyways, let's find out. Blue-eyed people, take note. Turns out you all share an ancestor. Knowledge that's sure to make the other blue-eyed people you're trying to pull incredibly uncomfortable. Okay. From the little we learned during our additional science GCSEs, we understand that blue eyes are recessive genes, meaning that you need to have two of them for the colour to become apparent. But if you were wondering what exactly these genes came from, according to one study, it's one person who lived between 6,000 and 10,000 years ago. Fuck, okay. Look, we know that blue eyes are much rarer than brown eyes, and now their prevailed makes sense. Yeah, true. As scientists revealed that the genetic mutation came from a singular human being all those years ago. How? What did he do? What did he do to change it? Researchers have tried desperately to get to the bottom of the eye colour, studying the OCA2 gene, which determines the level of brown pigments in the human eye, for many years, but they have found the answer. Oh, yeah, because if you look at most animals, most humans, we do have hazel or brown eyes. Blue is rare, very rare to have that. It is. So, alright, fair enough. Okay, so because of one ancestor, this has happened. It was. I have a really bad joke, and I shouldn't say it. I really shouldn't say it. You know the old blue-eye thing and Jews? Does that mean Jews are like the rarest of them all? Fucking hell, Hitler. Anyways, fucking hell, they are blue eyes, Jesus. And how do they know that it all links back to the common ancestor? Because every single blue-eyed person has the same mutation. Oh, okay, so they're all sort of like clones. Professor Igberg from the University of Copenhagen said they have inherited the same switch exactly the same spot in their DNA, somehow perfectly. Although there is still an awful lot more research that needs to be done, it's thought that the mutation could spread when humans migrated from Africa to Europe, which would go some way to explaining why only people of Europe descent have blue eyes. The discovery was actually made back in 2008 when a researcher from the University of Copenhagen intentionally tracked down the mutation. Professor Han Igber, the author of the study from the Department of Cellular and Molecular Medicine, told Science Daily. Meanwhile, people who have green eyes can be explained by the fact that they have reduced amount of melanin in their iris, which is very different to those with blue eyes. From this, we can conclude that all blue-eyed individuals are linked to the same ancestor. They have all inherited the same switch at exactly the same spot in the DNA, Professor Egbert concluded. There you have it, blue-eyed people share an ancestor, and our green eyes are reduced melanins in our iris, which is way more than we ever learned in science class. Yeah, that is actually. But what about then people with other eyes, like other eye colours? You know, like people who have rare colour. No, it's not rare colours, ain't, so they're like separate. But you know what I mean, like rare eye colours and all that, and irises, ain't it? So strange. So yeah, it does make sense then. So it was like the first ever ancestor to have it, basically. But how? Like what happened? Like what happened to that for them to get that mutation? There's always a cause and then effect. There's always like cause and effect. You know, that's the way of the world. And something causes for a reaction. So what caused it? I have more questions left unanswered. Oh well, I'm not blue-eyed, so I'm all fine. I'm just, yeah, I'm a hazel normal guy, I guess. Anyways, the next bit of news is the old good days of viral videos. Back when they were just brand new. Star Wars kid suffered years of harassment after first ever viral video and doesn't even like Star Wars. Yep, the one who did this. Doesn't like Star Wars.
You were the chosen one!
What? Why did you do it then? Why did you do it? Is it because it was just you just thought fuck it? Or were you doing something else? Like were you doing like, oh no, wasn't he like, no, he was doing Star Wars. He was doing Star Wars, isn't it? The man who was at the heart of the famous Star Wars kid clip suffered years of harassment after it became the first ever viral video. You can take a trip down memory lane and watch it here. Ah, here he is. I still laugh. It's like a weird ballerina dance, ain't it? Okay, that's enough. Oh, I love it. It's so good, it was. Back in 2003, a then 14-year-old Giaslan Raza was mucking about with a video camera in a high school when he was met with technical issues. Rather than get annoyed, he decided to step in front of the lens to have some fun, the result being what ended up sending him viral. So it was just a bit of boredom. Speaking to the Star Wars kid, The Rise of the Digital Shadow, a documentary made by the filmmaker Matthew Fournier and the National Film Board of Canada that dropped earlier this year. He recalled, I get in front of the camera and out of my exhaustion or frustration, or both, I think. No, this will be more than just one last take. I decided to have a little fun. After working for several hours, I was fed up and wanted to mess around, and that ended up being the video that you all know. It was never supposed to be serious. It was a slapstick video that was meant for my eyes only. It was never meant to be shown to anyone else. I was really just blowing off steam. Once I was done, I switched everything off, I grabbed myself and went home. But his life changed forever when his classmates got hold of the tape and uploaded it to the internet, unwittingly turning Raza into the Star Wars kid. So sort of like a class of bullying, maybe. Maybe it was just harmless fun, but it could be classed as bullying because that's when, you know, internet harassment that started to get big because of videos and all that. As we all know, viral fame is rarely an easy ride. Yeah, true. A lot of people have problems with it. Something Raza learnt the hard way. So let's have a look at this interview.
Je me remets devant la caméra, puis là,
I get in front of the camera, and out of my exhaustion or frustration or both, I think no, this would be more than just one last take. I decided to have a little fun. After working for several hours, I was fed up and wanted to mess around. And that ended up being the video that you all know. It was never supposed to be serious. It was a slapstick video that was meant for my eyes only. It was never meant to be shown to anyone else. I was really just blowing off steam. Once I was done, I went home. He really doesn't sound all happy, does he? He really does sound quite distressed about it. Jeez. I feel bad. Thing is though, it's like, I don't know how you'd harass him for that. Why would you bully him? It was a brilliant video, I thought. It was funny. It was funny, and that's the thing, like, you helped the viral industry blow up. You, Chocolate Rain, the memes, All them videos. And then you just got arseholes who just take the piss out of you because they have nothing better to do. You should really just ignore the hatred and just think about all the happiness and laughter you're giving people. That's what I do in my videos. That's what I try to do, anyways. But yeah, that's really what the goal is of being a viral person. Just make people enjoy your content. Okay, it wasn't his decision. That's bad because he didn't want to do it, and he didn't upload it himself. That is wrong. That is way out of order. But think of all the fun and happiness and good things they made from your video, and people getting enjoyment out of it. Think of the good stuff. Not always the negative. Yeah, I understand that it's hard sometimes to not try to. It's hard to ignore everything. Anyways, according to CTV, who spoke to Raza in March about the new documentary, this is the first time he has opened up about the harassment he faced and his family legit suit against his classmates and the media. Oh, okay. Those were hard times to go through. He told the outlet in the first English language interview, later explaining on top of the harassment at school or the harassment on the internet, there was a form of harassment by a local media, especially they tracked me at school, they tracked me at my parents' home, they tried to take pictures through the window blinds. Oh, Jesus Christ, like paparazzi. Get away, you little fuckers. I mean, there was no point where it was well beyond what was acceptable even back then. Yeah, true. You're going into someone's boundaries, their private life. Don't do that stuff. It's wrong. A priority for Raza, who CTV says was never a Star Wars fan, was to bring some normalcy back to his life, which was one of the reasons he decided not to speak to the press or go public at the time. He added, I would not have been interested in a documentary strictly focused on what happened to me or take a melodramatic tone. Go beyond the story to go into reflection to make something useful out of it. That's what convinced me that it would be a good project to be a part of. Yeah, like enlighten people and all that. But do remember you did make some people happy as well, and you encouraged other people to do this stuff, do viral internet stuff, because you were like some of the first, Andy Bayo was the person who posted the now famous video in 2003 and dreamt up like nicknamed Star Wars Kid. Okay, so he's the bully. This guy's the bully. In the documentary, he expressed regret for what he did, saying, if I knew what I know now, I never would have posted it. I can't diminish it. I provided a place for people to watch it. In an internal spread, I have enormous regrets about posting this video. But Raza appears to be fairly forgiving of Bayo's actions, describing him as an empathic person who simply had a lapse in judgment. Yeah, you do as a kid. When you're young, like 14, were they? 14, 13, 15? You have, you have your dumb moments and all that. Really, everyone does. I've had bullies come up to me. Used to be bullying me in school. They've gone up to me now and they've said hi and they've apologised for basically being a dick in school. And I'm a better person. I go, hey, it's alright. I got stronger from that, mate. You helped me grow into who I am now. But yes, you were an arsehole. But yeah, now I go for a drink. I think I've had a drink with like 5 of my old bullies from my school now. Yeah, we're actually friends. So, it's good to forgive. And just think of the good parts and know everything bad and that. Just don't. I think you shouldn't really anguish in the past of bad things. Always think of the good things, the good things in your past. Try that, trying to be happier. Because if you're happy with yourself, then you can probably make others happy. Anyways, I'm getting very deep. Back to the news. In the documentary, you can tell how much of a good person he is, and that provides a beautiful lesson to humanity, that a good person can make a mistake, and that mistake can have very important, but that, at the end of the day, Andy could be like any one of us, Raza told CTV. That's part of self-awareness today. We know that you have to be careful even if you're in a spur of the moment. With these technologies and consequences are quickly amplified. Be very careful when you're on the internet. Yes, be very careful what you say and what you do. If you want to do what I do and then just enjoy and entertain yourself and just do this for the shits and gigs, go do it. And if you get bad comments or negativity harassment, just ignore them. But if it gets way too bad like that, that's when you get the authority. That's when you get like the law involved in all that and just. But I want to say to Raza, even though you weren't the one who uploaded the video and you didn't know about it, you were one of the originals who helped the viral industry become what it is today. and have people, small YouTubers like myself, and big YouTubers like Daz and Jack, Sky, Markiplier, or whatever, they probably watched your videos, I don't know, but they probably did, and then they probably thought, I want to do something like that. I wanted to do something on video in front of everyone, and express themselves. And that's what I do. That was today's weird news, everyone. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I might actually find this documentary and watch it myself because I'm really intrigued on it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the comments of this video so you guys can go watch it as well. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, please. Subscribe if you're new, and if you are subscribed, just double check because YouTube's updated again, and I don't know, maybe some people might have lost my account again. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you next video. Ciao.